They laughed at us. They mocked Earth as primitive. They called our colonies dust worlds, unworthy of notice, easy to destroy. They had fleets that could vaporize our cities before breakfast. They thought we were weak, disposable, irrelevant. They were wrong. Before we dive into the story, drop your city name in the comments. I want to see how far this video is traveling. Hit that like button if you believe humans can survive anything, and subscribe to join us for more stories like this one. Every human heart is a battlefield, and this is the story of when the galaxy learned exactly what that means. Now let's begin. The alien fleets arrived on the outskirts of the Andari sector without warning. Ships as large as small moons cut through slipspace, their hulls glinting in the cold light of distant stars. Our colonies had seen invaders before, but nothing like this. Nothing so confident. On the surface of Vensara Prime, Commander Leora Kane watched the alien armada through the reinforced glass of the observation tower. Her people had grown up under the shadow of bigger civilizations, trained to be cautious, to survive. But she knew something the aliens did not. Humans adapt. Humans endure. Humans do not bow. The first bombardment shattered cities, sending debris into the planet's thin atmosphere. The aliens expected panic, submission. Children screamed in the streets. Elder scientists dove for cover. And yet, everywhere Kane looked, people moved with purpose, not fear. In the factories, engineers rigged improvised railguns and plasma traps. In the deserts, farmers dug tunnels and prepared ambushes with salvaged equipment. Every human mind was now a weapon, every hand a tool of defiance. The aliens had come to mock. They would leave broken. The first wave of assault ships descended into orbit, confident. Their scanners detected nothing unusual on the surface, just human settlements, simple and unthreatening. They opened fire. That's when it began. The humans had hidden everything. Every canyon, every ridge, every abandoned mine had been turned into a trap. Railguns fired from tunnels, hitting alien cruisers in weak spots. Mining explosives detonated mid-flight, shredding hulls. Automated turrets emerged from desert dunes, firing plasma bursts at ships that thought they were untouchable. The aliens were stunned. Kane directed a squad of scavenger pilots in their patched-up fighters. They darted between craters and wreckage, striking ships from blind spots. The smaller human vessels moved unpredictably, unlike the rigid alien formations, and they didn't retreat even when heavily outnumbered. By the third hour, 2 enemy ships had exploded, and more were damaged. Communications across the alien fleet crackled in confusion. The same species that had mocked Earth as primitive now saw that we were dangerous. It wasn't just humans. Vensara Prime itself became a weapon. Kane had coordinated with terraforming engineers to turn natural phenomena into battlefield advantages. Acid rains, generated in the upper atmosphere, corroded alien hulls. Magnetic storms were redirected to interfere with their navigation systems. Canyon winds carried razor-sharp debris into attacking dropships. The aliens had never encountered a world that fought back. Every strike they made was met with resistance, countered in ways no algorithm could predict. The humans on the ground exploited their own environment like predators who had learned to praise every weakness. And then Kane made her boldest move. The alien fleet had assumed superiority. They gathered at Black Ridge, a narrow canyon the size of a city, believing they could crush human resistance in one strike. Instead, Kane had rigged the entire canyon, mines embedded in the rock, railguns hidden in the walls, and tunnels filled with electromagnetic pulses that disabled ships' targeting systems. As the aliens poured in, they were caught in a web of death that unfolded like clockwork. Ships fell from the sky. Energy shields overloaded. The canyon echoed with explosions that shook the surface. From above, humans fired plasma harpoons, tethering enemy ships to cliffs and tearing them apart with gravity wells. The alien command could only watch as their pride, their technology, their so-called superiority was shattered by what they had called primitive humans. By the 7th day, the aliens were trapped in the Andari sector. Their fleet had taken catastrophic losses. Kane sent a transmission across the void. "You mocked our planets. You underestimated us. This ends now." The aliens debated retreat. Some argued for surrender, others for escalation. But every decision was haunted by one terrifying fact. Humans had learned their tactics, adapted faster than any simulations predicted, and used every weakness against them. Kane didn't need an army of fleets. She had every human mind engaged, every natural and artificial element weaponized, every instinct honed for survival. By the 10th day, the aliens withdrew. Ships limped back into slipspace, humiliated. Communications came through weakly. Humanity is not weak. The galaxy had learned what we already knew. Vensara Prime lay in ruins, but humans walked its surface as victors. Cities could be rebuilt, mines could be cleared, and every person who had fought knew the truth. Even a planet deemed primitive could become a fortress if humans decided it would be. Remember, the galaxy underestimates us at its peril, because humans adapt, endure, and strike back. We don't just survive. When cornered, we rewrite the rules of the fight. If you enjoyed this story, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more cinematic HFY adventures. And remember, every corner of the universe may mock humanity, but we always find a way to prove them wrong.